Hello everyone, my name is Ankit. I'm Head of Developer and Customer Success at Aklivity. In this session, we are going to walk through a real-time sports betting application that showcases the convenience Zilla offers to migrate to an event-driven architecture. In this demo, we will be combining HTTP, SSC, and Kafka protocols, all orchestrated through Zilla and driven entirely by async API spec for both HTTP and Kafka related operations. So let's dive in to see how it all works together. Now, before we get started with the demo, let me introduce all the components that are part of this stack. So first is the betting engine, which is a simple Kafka client that handles all the business logic for this sports betting app. Along with it, it also has a simulator that mimics all the real-time events that are expected for this sports betting app. Next is a React-based UI that helps the user interact with this betting platform. Next is Zilla, which is the heart of this particular demo. Zilla will help the React-based UI to interact with a streaming platform, which is a Kafka cluster in this particular demo, with ease without the need to modify the UI-based application to understand the Kafka platform or to understand or modify the way it is interacting with the backend and so on. So Zilla here will be acting as a multi-protocol event-driven proxy, which helps the SSE streams or HTTP based request response coming in from the UI to reach the Kafka cluster. From a Kafka cluster perspective, it will be as if a native Kafka client is trying to produce or consume to a Kafka topic. Now, getting started with this demo is super easy. We have built all these as part of a Docker Compose. So all you have to do is build the stack and then just do Docker Compose up, which will help you spin up all the required services for this demo. Now, if you look at the Docker desktop, you will see all the relevant services being up. Now, if I go to the UI part of this, I can see, okay. So before we sign in, the page will look something like this. So to place a bet, you actually have to sign in. This app is integrated with Auth0, so you can use any of the identity provider like Google or GitHub and so on to log in into this. That will help the demo to capture all the relevant information like name and so on. So I've already logged in through my Google account, and as you can see, it is able to fetch all the relevant information. Now I have some balance. For a first time user, since you might not have any money, and since we have not actually linked this with a wallet or a payment gateway, we have added this money button, which will give you head start with some money that you can use to place bets and so on. So let me view if there is any bet that I have placed already. So this is just one event which for which I have placed a bet, and it looks like I've won. So that's a good thing. Now, if I go to, let's say, another event, select for a team and then place some money. So, so this is a two-step process, right? Now the bet has been placed, which is gonna be HTTP request response. So from a UI perspective, this will be a post request that's gonna hit Zilla, and Zilla is gonna translate this and produce produce a message to a relevant topic in Kafka. After validating it with the schema that has been provided in the async API spec, like validating, uh, adding the data governance and so on, adding the idempotency key that we have configured on the async API spec and so on. So as you can see, as we were discussing about the internal flow, the betting history is not a HTTP request response based, it is SSC stream based. So even without refreshing the page, you can see that the status from pending has changed to lost, and earlier it was like for one of the event it was won. So you don't actually have to re-trigger the request for to understand what is the latest status of a particular event and so on. All these are handled through SSE. So your endpoint is always listening for the new events, and as the new events come in, the status will get updated. This is particularly useful for the betting application because stuff like odds that are getting updated in real time. So these odds are getting updated almost instantly. The user should be able to review that updated odd and place the bet accordingly. So that's the reason why all these are SSE based, so that the real time event, as and when it is landed in a topic, the SSE stream will be informed with a particular update for that particular key. So that's the very simple overview of this demo. This demo is available as part of the Aklivity Zilla demos repository. The link for this repo will be available in the description or in the blog post that is published for this particular topic. So I think that might have been helpful. So please feel free to try out this demo and let us know your thoughts. Thank you so much.